Hello friend, it's Tonton. Welcome in today's video, and we're gonna make a quick review, or maybe not that quick, about my free-to-play account that I started to make like beginners content. The city is 30 days today. Happy anniversary. So we're gonna review what you could achieve at the free-to-play, how it went, maybe what changed as well, because the game evolved quite a bit in the last year and a half for new players. And the real challenge are actually starting. That's why I'll keep playing it for a while, for a few more weeks, maybe until Fire Crystal Age, to kind of realize, maybe first SVS, something like that, to really see what's going on, and I'll drop it and go back to, making content for, more endgame. Then I'll have a project when I restart, with spending money, and make videos as well from that point of view. But right now, as you can see, I did not unlock first purchase. So that's 100% free to play. I did not purchase, I unlock VIP 6, so I got the 5 March, but I got only one builder, so I'm spending, spending 1,000 gem every 2 days to keep the other builder and things like that. So it's 100% free to play. And maybe let's start review with the ranking, right? Let's see how am I doing. Before doing that, I did not push for the video, right? You can see I have 8 days of construction speed up, so will be most of the embassy. I probably cannot unlock Furnace 26, which is T9 yet. That will take me a few more days to of accumulation of speed up, but in 3-4 days I can basically have FC9, so that will be quite decent. So when it comes to ranking, you can see that for Furnace level I'm doing okay. I'm 29 of the state, and that's because I know what I'm doing. I know my priorities. And even though many people that are here are spenders, I managed to progress faster than them. Some of them might be saving as well for all of chiefs, that kind of stuff. Power, 120-ish, so that's fairly normal. I did not bought anything for improving my power, nor speed ups for troops. And, I've been accumulating 10 days of speed ups as well, so I'm a bit behind. Kill count, I barely played, that I don't care about, so, exploration stage, you can see 172. That's also explained by the fact that I did not improve my heroes for 1 or 2 weeks, because I'm saving for all of chiefs, so I'll do that a bit later, so I'm kind of falling behind on exploration. Then if you look at hero power, they are already started to fall because I made no purchase, right? Many people that purchased a bit, they got Zinman for free, plus they got extra 4 pieces of gear of mythic gear for marksmen, plus I think some for lancers, plus some extra widget. I mean, you got a lot of things for spending a bit. So you can see, like, while my furnace is 29, my power is actually very low compared to other people, and that's really normal when you compare. That's total heroes, and that was the best hero. So as you can see, it's kind of consistent. I'm as bad as with both of them. And I missed half of the bear, more or less. Maybe actually only 1/3. I missed all the first bear. They weren't too late for me, but lately I've been able to do most of them, so I'm missing a few essence stones that you get as well, so that makes sense. Island Prosperity, you can see, I was late to unlock it, but again, I'm knowing what I'm doing, so I can be 11, so, everywhere where money is not making a difference. I mean, it is for Furnace level, because people are buying speed up and resources, but you can see that I'm doing okay, and everywhere that, money is having a big impact, and I'm behind a lot, and it's the same for Labyrinth, but again, I do decent. If you look at my overall power, I do pretty much decent here, because again, I kind of know what I'm doing in some ways, with my formation and all of that. So in terms of buildings, where I am, so I unlock Furnace 25. I'm working towards 26, and you can, if you see, it might be a bit small, but you start to see that I leveled up these buildings to 24. And these to 23, right? This is 23 as well. So it is the point where while you upgrade your embassy, doing research center plus 3 camps take nearly as much time as the embassy. So you basically start to really lack building time to increase the other buildings. And if I had 2 at that point, I'll focus on command center, and I might as well try to squeeze a few of these. Maybe to 26 or something like that. It's still, it's not too long still, like if people help me, it's gonna take, 8 hours to build, so I can do 3 buildings in a day in 24 hours. So I'll basically have a bit of time to catch these up when the furnace is upgrading. If you really lack resources, what you could do, you could upgrade just the camp you need, which for me was marksman. You can upgrade embassy, so you basically have what it takes to go to furnace 26, then you do these, and then you do the rest, right? The other camp and the other thing. And that's really at the point where my outrush furnace 30 guide is really important, because I won't be able to level up all my buildings. So I need to leave it, I think I remember, that one might be left to 26, then research is 27, then infantry is 28, and marksman is 29, because marksman, that will be when you can actually start furnace 30 with marksman and embassy. So I'll leave some buildings behind and rush to furnace 13. I'll record that a bit later, but that's totally doable. I think give me 15 days or I don't know, I need to calculate, but maybe 20-30 days, and I'll be furnace 30 either free to play in a timely fashion. So I'm doing okay with buildings as well. If we look at research, I focused a lot on growth, so nearly everything is unlocked that I can, but now it starts to be really slow. It started to take me 4 days, and I knew I wanted to update the research center, so I did not start any of these, but these used to start a while. The one that take a while, the one I really want to push right now is this one, because that will remove 3.6% basically. Then I'll be able to do a bit of research. That I probably, it's research 28, so maybe I get one level before I start furnace furnace 30, but I can leave research center level 27 basically to push to furnace 30. So I might not get this one, but I want these 2 level here, so my building speed up is maxed out, and then I can push as fast as possible. Here it's the same. I'm maxing out my economy, so you lack resources, and resources is actually a lot easier, and I will need to see how easier it is, because it's really when you start to be furnace 26, 27, 28, 29, it's really when it's tough on speed up and resources, right? For the first 30 days are kind of easy compared to these, next few steps I have to make before I'm furnace 30. That's really important. I might do a bit of, finish level 4, do some level 5s, but again, I'm not sure that's, that will be soon the point where it starts to be less useful, right? But definitely do some more level 4 and 5 before I stop. And then in terms of battle, I've been doing the most easy ones, right? So, level 2 is complete. Level 3, I have, most of it is complete as well. And you see I maxed out the ones that are not important because they cost a lot less time. And I use this research to make points on events. So I'm not doing the best research because they take more time and more resources to do. So I'm not maxing out the points I make on events. So I need some lethality to go, some health to take on level 3. I started to work on level 4 a bit, unlocking them. And I'm about to unlock level 5. That's still level 4 though. Okay, that's still level 4. So I'm not even close to level 5. So I'm behind on tech, but that, that's not the purpose. I'm free to play. I'm not a spender. I just need enough to be able to kill beasts and to kill polar terrors, which right now I can actually kill polar terror 3 and 4 easily, and we just unlocked polar terror level 5, and they are still a bit too strong for me. I actually did not try with a full march, and if I use Gina, they are actually a bit strong, and beast is not a problem, but beast level 28, 29, 20, 30 later they could be a problem, but right now they are not. So I'm basically kind of where I should be in many ways, and it's actually decent. If you look at bear, can I show you the last bear we've done? Again, I know how to join and all of that, but I've been doing bear number 5. I'm managing to do 30 million damage. So, in terms of reward, it starts to be that tier of reward. So it's a good amount of resources, good amount of alliance tokens, some essence stones, some shards. Like, it's all good, and that, our biggest player can be here, basically, but, they cannot go beyond that. So that's kind of where I am in terms of power and everything. Amount of troops, I train slowly but surely. I'm not promoting right now. I promote everything that these I get from Intel Mission, but I promote everything that was tier 1 to tier 4. I got some tier 5 and tier 6, and I keep that for all of Chief. So basically, I'm training new troops so I can have multiple marches, for events, for whatever, for gathering and everything like that. And then as soon as there is a training event, I'll basically promote everything, and I'll keep like hopefully it will be T9 by then, right? Because that's T8, right? So either it will be all of to T8 or starting to have, you know, a mix, maybe promote T4, T5, T6 to T8 and have T7 and T6 still. So it take a while, you know. You are lagging behind with troops if you don't buy buying speed up, if you don't buy training speed up, sorry, because you just don't get enough speed up at the beginning of the game, and that's okay. You know, you want to get rid of level 1, 2, 3, 4. For the game are giving them to me, so I'll take them basically. But you know, if I could, I won't have 4. So all my troops are, you know, 5 to 7 right now, which is kind of decent for auto join for polar terrors. You know, when I do polar terror with auto joining, I don't have like weak troops like T1. For bear, everything does a bit of damage, and you know, for now it's okay. I also want to have a bit more troops instead of stronger troops, you know, just for gathering, and as well, you know, for things like Crazy Joe and having multiple marches basically going out. It's kind of a balancing act. Some people will tell you promote everything, you don't care about the amount of troops. I really find that at the early days, having a bit more volume in troop is useful, you know, so you can do more things at once, especially when you start to have 5 marches, right? And that start to be interesting. So that's kind of the first step, right? When you look at heroes, I really, the way I manage my stamina is I either doing intel missions, and if it is the Gina event, I'm only killing beast. I don't do polar terror during Gina's event, so I can collect horns basically. And while Gina's event is live, I just do 10 of these. So I get the extra free 10 shards, but I'm accumulating horns, and outside of Gina's event, I basically running the horns, and then if I run out of horns, there is no Gina event to collect them by killing beast, then I'm killing polar terror, the third choice, right? But polar terror is really not the focus at the beginning, in my opinion. You get more resources by killing beast. You get less shard and shift gear and stuff, but that's not really important. You get basically more resources, and as well you get progression here, right? Which is defeat beast above level 14, and that's giving you resources. And you know, accumulating these plus what you get from the beast is actually really, really good. What's really good as well is like the amount of events you have when you begin. Now you have events like Snowbuster, they give you a lot of XP. Our second Snowbuster, we got one fishing area. It does not give you a lot of resources, but it's still giving you a tiny bit every day, right? For Snowbuster, so that's really good. Fishing tournament and many other events like that we used to have fishing tournament when I started the game, but it used to be a bit lighter on events for what I recall. One event that is actually amazing and that you should really do, and I made a video about it in the bear event, is like these hunting achievements you can see here. That's 1 million meat, 1 million wood, 200k coal, or 250k iron, and that's amazing. And we used to not have that. That's a new thing that they added, a few months ago. So basically, with these nowadays, you can get a lot of resources. If you see, I've done it 4, 6, 8, 10 times, right? So that's 50 million wood, food, whatever I needed. That's as well essence stones, XP. So it's really helping you progress basically, and that's a new addition to the game. And it really is the first few times you have issue with resources, which is around level 17, 18, 20. Usually it's where you start to, because you don't have enough troops to really gather when you rush. So you cannot really gather a lot, because you have 2-3 marches, and you have you gather tiles that are level 3 or 4, so you don't have a good income of resources from gathering. So that's really helping you. And bear, you have to do bear every day. Like right now, I can gather level 7 tiles. I can do 4 at a time, and I can keep 1 march to basically join events for what I need. So right now I need I did my polar terror, so I need some Gina. So my last march is only used for Gina. We have enough people with auto join, and that's really that's really easy basically to complete. So I'll try to snipe some Ginas to improve Gina's shard. As you can see, Gina is nearly max, not nearly maxed out, but it's a lot better, right? I can do 4.2, so by the next event I can do 4.3, maybe 4.4 if I'm really lucky, right? So Gina will be very strong soon, and I hope, I did not look up, but I'm probably pretty sure that one of these events, so we have Plan Your City right now, which is about power for building and research, and we have war preparation, and we have city development. So I really hope that one of these giving you point for hero shards, because otherwise it's only during Olaf Chief, and we have for the second week in a row we have alliance mobilization. So we had Olaf Chief very quickly, then alliance mobilization, then Olaf Chief, then alliance mobilization, and then we have alliance mobilization again, because at that stage of the game you don't have alliance showdown yet, because you don't do things state versus state. We just started to do arena state versus states with other states basically. It used to be internal of our state arena before that, so it's still a bit too soon. So you have the old rotation of event, but you see we have Mia going on. So what to say about a few things, right, to say is if you are free to play and you start the game and maybe you want one of these skins like this one or this one, like these events, like the Frosty Fortune event. So Frosty Fortune is really good to get widgets. It's really good later to get Fire Crystal when you unlock Fire Crystal Age, so that's gonna be a bit later, and that's really important. And it's nearly one of the only place where you can get skin as a free-to-play player. And to get skin, you need some roses, but the roses are not basically you cannot keep them, right? Cover to 10k resources supply after the events end. So you cannot keep the Swords of Enigma. I mean, it's a roses, but they call it Swords of Enigma. So you cannot keep these, but what you can keep is the currency that is called Gems of Enigma, which you get for free here, and you get for free with the daily mission. So you need a daily mission. I'm not gonna do a guide on Frosty Fortune. I have videos about it, a written guide on Discord. You can find all you want about it. But by doing the things here, you will get some gems of Enigma, and you can keep the gems, right? And the gems are used to open a chest, and opening chests give you a chance to basically get the roses, right? And so for me, because there is nothing I really need, I could get some speed up. That could be actually if you want to speed up, and either if you like resources, that I will consider to really rush Furnace 30 if you really care to skip everything and take all the speed up and all the resources on the first event. So to do that, you will open the red chest and you will refresh. You have 3 free refresh per day. So basically you refresh your 3 pages per day, you open the red chest, and at the end of the event, if you have some gem of Enigma left, you will have to spend 90 gems to refresh and open only the reds. And it's percentage based, so the reds are giving you a lot more than the blue, than the yellow or the gray. The gray and the yellow give you nothing. Like opening only the reds feels a bit weird, but it gives you so much more roses per gem of Enigma you use. It's a no-brainer when you look at the math, and it's explained on my guide for Frosty Fortune. It's explained on my Discord as well. You will find it somewhere else. I'm not the one who calculated all of that. That was already available, when I started to make videos and guides. So that's very clear. But basically, I will open the reds, and I'll basically take these 25 days, sorry. So it's 1 day of speed up. A bit more than 1 day, and then I'll use a shit ton of resources. But I don't think you need to right now because of what I explained to you, right? Basically, now you have the bear hunting achievement that give you a lot of resources. You have more events, so overall, it feels a bit easier to progress at that stage. That's really important. What's something that's really important as well is being in one of the top alliance. We are still the first one. TGB and Core are catching up. They have a lot of the stronger players are actually in this alliance and not in our alliance, but we are still. They still have as many players as us, and we are still quite stronger. But if you look at the leaderboard, we used to be the big boys, but we are not anymore, right? Core, TGB, Core, only one dude. TGB, Leg. We lost a lot of these players used to be with us basically, and I'm not sure what happened, but they are not anymore. So we might not be first forever, but top 3, as you can see, is a big difference in terms of activity. So that's really important to go in one of the alliance to really get help and get resources and more damage on there and stuff like that. Arena, I cannot do much. Don't expect too much as a free-to-play in Arena. That's I done my matches yesterday. I did not do my match today, so that's okay. That's just the way it is. If you look at my power, I have 2 million. Many people will have a lot more. And especially right now, because we are like 3 or 4 states together, we have the neighbor with us, so that's gonna be tough. So do your matches before reset as much as you can. Try to be in the top, best position. So it's often ideally it's top 500, because that start to be a lot less if you are not top 500, because everybody else get that, but you nearly get double. And if you can, top 100 is actually really, really good, because you get 300s more. So that's really a lot, basically. Something that's really important and that was really good for me to realize is how to manage your gems. Your gems are used for three things if you are free to play. The first thing is the second builder. You might not need it that much the first few days, but you kind of need it all the time. And you see, I have 2 builders, and if you don't, then you will have to wait for your embassy, and it was taking 6 or 7 days to do the embassy. That means that it's nothing happening for the rest of your base for 6 or 7 days. When in 6 or 7 days, I can do the 3 camps, I can do the research center, I can do the command center. They're all kind of more or less 1 day, so that will be 5 days. Then I can probably do these, right? And I'll use a tiny bit of speed up on the embassy. Everything will be finished. I'll move to Furnace. You actually want to use a lot more speed ups on Furnace and embassy than a day or two to really speed up the process, because you should not use in any of these. So second builder with gems nearly all the time. That's 1,000 gems every 2 days. The game will give you far more than you need to do that. Then the second thing is, my suggestion will be the priority is to get to VIP 2, because VIP 2 where is it? Yeah, VIP 2, right? Because VIP 2 you unlock in the VIP shop, you unlock the resources. And that, for the first few days, they could be really amazing. They are really important to take. Right now, I'm not buying, but I could actually do that. These two you can always take. They are very, very cheap. That's 800 gems. That's 2,000 gems, so that's a lot more expensive. So you see if you need them. But basically, food and wood you can take every week. Stamina you can take every week, and then everything else you keep, gems you keep, right? So you unlock VIP 2. Then when you unlock the VIP 2, your priority is to put Dean Man to 2 stars. That's during your All of Chief event. During the lucky wheel, you have to spin the wheel. It's 1,500 gems per spin, and you get a chance to get shards, right? And to improve your Dean Man. So then you will want to improve your Dean Man to just see. I did not increase anything else. I do not use Dean Man. The only thing I care about it is, as soon as possible, I want him 1 star, so that could be 6%. And then as soon as possible, I want him 3 stars, so then I get 9% reduction in terms of the resources consumption when I make a building, which is huge, because look at the embassy next level, right? That's 130 million. So I saved 30 million. That's 140. So that's really a lot of resources that you are saving by having, and it's 10% on all levels and all building you will ever do, right? So you want Dean Man to be level to have 1 star as soon as possible. So your first All of Chief, that should be doable. If you do not use your gem for anything else than what I'm telling you now, that should be doable. And then second, All of Chief, you should be able to do that. You might want to use a tiny bit of your shards to help yourself if you really need to. That will be okay, but you want him to 2 stars. If you're a spender, you want him to 3 stars. But for us as free to play, we will do that later. So we do Dean Man 1 star as soon as possible. First All of Chief. Hopefully, second All of Chief, you can go to 2 stars, so you can have the skill level 3, and then you increase that skill level 3 by Bastionist. Then what you do is you put all your gems into VIP points, right? To unlock VIP 6, because VIP 6 you get 1 extra March queue. So you will get 1 when you start the game, you will get 3 from researches, like in Furnace 18 or something. So that will be 4 March queue, and then you will unlock the 5th March queue, with VIP 6, and you will have to activate VIP using gems. So as you've seen, because I have 11 days, I spend 10,000 gems to activate my VIP, right? So that will be the fourth thing you need to spend gems on, is either before you unlock level 6 or 6, or when you unlock level 6, is to buy VI, and that's far more better than this one, because that's gonna use 30k gems. That's gonna cost you 30k gems to have it for a month, whereas it's when you can accumulate 10k, you're gonna get 10k for a month, and that's the cheapest option if you are not a spender to do that, right? So that's really amazing. That really helps you. So you get a 6 marching queue, and when you do VIP 4, you get 10% construction. So, you know, between that and Dinman, so when you unlock VIP 4 plus you unlock Dinman that reduce 9% of cost plus 9% of building speed, that's a lot of building speed, right? You're gonna save a lot of speed up, you get a bit more production speed, so you get a bit more resources as well, but you should not care too much about that. What you care about is having 5 marching queue, so you can basically gather with all of them all the time. Then you can keep one to do your intel missions, you can keep one to join rallies as auto joining, and you can do all of that. And you know, if you spend a bit of money in the game, the best 2 packs will always be the construction queue, so the second builder permanently, because that's for 3 points, you know, you even get some gems for it, so you save a lot of gems, plus you get some gems, you get some VIP points, that will really help you, and the second march queue as well, right? That's gonna give you a bit more troops, so you will gather a bit better, some VIP points, some resources, so that's really good. And if you ever buy anything on this game, these should be these 2 items, and that's where, you know, if you're at that stage of the game and you really like it and you did not make the commitment to spend, you know, like 10, not even $10, it's like $7 or $8, then, you know, I strongly suggest you to do it if you did not. If you find yourself kind of where I am at 30 days and you are furnace 18, you did not spend money and it's all messy, you made so many mistakes, you might want to start over on a new state. If you really like the game, you know, and purchase these 2 packs on day 1. And just, you know, don't have to be spender, but these will do you a lot. And, you know, that will unlock the first purchase. So you will have Natalia, some keys, some extra things, and you don't have to spend more, you know. If you don't want to, that's really okay. But if you really like the game, I think that could really give you a very good boost. So that's kind of where I am at that stage. What else could I show you? So yeah, heroes, you know, I have a lot of shards, so it's hard to really realize, but, you know, I can do, you know, 4 shards, so they are closing, my main heroes are closing to, and I have 135, so I could put like Sergei to 4 stars, or I could put Baiti to 4 stars as well, you know, I could put some of them, Gina will be there eventually, so, like, you know, I'm in a very good place right now with heroes, if I would level them up, right? JC, I'm not in a rush to have her 4 stars, you know, we are early days, you know, her skill to do more damage in bear is important, but, you know, it's 5%, that's gonna happen naturally. Same for Patrick, you will want that skill to be level 5 to join rallies in garrison, that's, you know, thing that you will, before you need them, that will happen naturally, you don't have to stress too much. So my suggestion will be to use your shards on hero you use, right? So, you know, it could be Baiti. If you are free to play, basically your extra shards here will be likely Sergei for melee because you don't have Natalia, you don't have Geronimo, and or will be Baiti if you wanted to, because that's your best marksman, except for killing beast and polar terror when you will want to use Gina, right? Because she's reducing stamina cost, so that will be important. But, you know, for arena, for everything serious, Baiti is great, and Gina will naturally, if you do it the way I'm doing it, you will see she will be ahead. She will be 5-star maxed out before any other heroes by far, unless you are a big spender, right? So all of that overall is good. I'm very happy with the progress of the city. I unlocked charms, did not do any yet. I've done, you know, chief gear during last SVS, so I can do a bit more, but you see I could basically unlock some charms that will give me a lot of power, so my power will actually, you know, be a bit higher. Same with chief gear. I have quite a few upgrades available, but I kind of saving for the next occasion. So these things I will really encourage you. In all of chief, I finished top 20 every time. On the 2 all of chief we had, I think maybe 21 on the second one, because, you know, I was running a bit short because more people start to spend. But I was top 20, I think, on both actually. Because I'm saving in between. If you know, you don't have to. At that stage of the game, you can burn things. These events, they won't gonna give you much. For me, I kind of want to see if you save properly what you can achieve at the free-to-play, because I don't actually remember, and I don't think the first times I played that perfectly, if that makes sense. So I'm doing that to see, you know, if I can give you some tips about how to rank maybe top 10 in one of these All of Chief being a free-to-play, but I think it's gonna cost you too much and slow you down too much to do it. So I think it's better to kind of skip ranking on events and basically progress. But you always want to progress when there is an event, right? So for me, right now it's planning your city. Planning your city is giving you points for research and construction. So I'm using research and construction speed ups. I'm not using all, but I'm using, you know, I'm gonna go to bed and there is 2 hours on the building, then I'll speed it up for to save the 2 hours so I can start a 1-day building before I go to bed. That's kind of tough, right? Same with research. I'm about to go work for 3 hours. There is like 30 minutes on the research, and I'll just speed it up. I get a bit more points because I might be able to complete 1 more research that day because of that. And I'm optimizing like that and having little wins. And on the event where you get points for research, like these are giving a lot of points. Economy are not doing a lot of points. Growth and battle are giving a lot of points. Power, so you get points per power. So I'm doing some of these. That's kind of where I'm kind of catching up on, on these research. And as you can start to see, they take all 12 hours. So you cannot just, do them very quickly with your alliance helping. They always take hours now. The shortest is like 8 hours. So even if your alliance reduces 3 hours, you still have to wait for 5. And it wouldn't work to use too many speed ups, on this research for now. Maybe a quick word about the island. As you've seen, I've been doing my strategy. I've cleared the lane, and you can see I've been collecting, the bucks based on the map that give a lot of resources. I think that's one of the reasons why I am so much not behind. I guess I'm second of my alliance actually. When I unlocked the alliance, there was like 15-20 people that unlocked it before me. I think it's Furnace 17 that you unlocked it. So I've been going in a straight line and just going inside the forest to get the boxes basically. One thing that's kind of important, I think, and I've started to do is improve a bit that kind of building, because that's a lot of construction speed. So I'm at the stage where I think before I unlock buildings 26, 27, I might actually, I will push for Tree of Life level 9, and then it will take a lot of time to get to level 10. So I think I'm not gonna go to level 10. I'm gonna go instead to really max out that. So I'm gonna max out that building, and I'm gonna max out that building for construction speed. So that will really help me for the last 3-4 levels that are, really tough when it comes to buildings basically, building construction and time and speed ups and all of that, and that the Fountain of Joy and the Oak Tavern. So I think I'll go level 9, then swap to that, max these 2, and then I'll just finish the other buildings, get a bit of power, and again like I made a video about the island for new players, but you will want to focus after that when you are closer to Furnace 30 and you improve your construction speed. You will want to improve your gathering speeds, all the things before the stats. The stats are for the whales, like the extra percentage of attack and defense, and these are they're giving you peanuts for free to play, so that's really not your concern. Really do all the other building first. So do the healing speed, do the gathering, do the training speed, do everything else, and then you do the stats later. And the island, you will be able to max it out like any other player. There are building for spender that will be available later, but for the basic building are for everyone, and everyone will be able to max them with just a bit of time. So that's really important as well, to have the focus trait. Something maybe you don't know, and I did not make a guide yet, but is Jasser at the bottom right is having a skill to improve your research. So you might want to actually get Jasper to 3 stars, maybe invest a bit, For me, I could do 45, so that's 3, so that's 70 shards. So if I really wanted to boost my research, I could spend 70 shards on Jasper. That will not be a bad thing. Siyun, she's increasing healing speed, which right now is not a focus, but when Sunfire Castle will be around, if your stage is a bit at war and you have some healing to do, that's really cheap healing speed up for level 1, 2, 3, 2 or 3. That's an okay option. You don't have to max her, but that's a decent option. And here on Lingwu, she is doing training speed. So these heroes are lagging behind the other ones because they are newer addition to the game. The game, when your game started, you had these 5. So you had Sergei, Mighty, Gina, JC, Patrick, and then later they added these 4 heroes one by one, I think, or I don't know. When I played the game, there was only 2 or 3 of them, and then now we have 4. So they added these, and these are important because that's training speed, that's healing speed, and that's research speed, and all are important. So, but you get a lot less shard than the other one, so you will max out the other one before you maxed out this one. So one strategy could be with your purple heroes could be to either, like I said, you really boost your main ones. So it will likely be by T and Patrick, right? Because you need infantry, that's really important, and Sergei, sorry, that's the only one you have, because the blue heroes are crap, and by T is one of your best choice early game, you know. And then when you boost a bit of these, you can actually try to push these to 4 stars. You know, and that's 200 shards to do star 4. That's 100, and that's actually 200, so that's 300 shards. So it's a lot, right? It's quite easier to go to 3 stars than to go to 4 stars, but that's something you can consider to really boost, research, training, basically, and then healing is not as important. But that's kind of it, guys, for the debris, for where am I. No, not a single penny spent. You see, I didn't even do the survey, which is 1,000 gem. I'm too lazy to do the survey. It takes 10 minutes. I did not do all events. I did not do seriously like Frostfire Mine. I did not do seriously fishing tournaments, Snowbuster. That take too much time as well. So many things I'm not doing 100%. I've missed maybe a third of the bear, if not half of them. So you see, it's not like spend nothing as well. If I would have spent a tiny bit more money, or just a tiny bit money, like basically these 2 packs, and maybe 30-40 euro on packs, that's really good for resources and speed up. I will be Furnace 27-28 right now, no problem, and that will be for a very small cost, like less than 50 euro. On top of that, because when you start to buy, you get that, then you get another event, and I think if you spend 50 euro, you have shards for Zinman, you have gear, you have hero gear, maybe you have even widgets for Zinman. You have very good things basically for the first 50-60 euro you spend in the game. So that that could have been a clear, and that will make me, if you look at leaderboard, let's say I will be 28, that will be top 5, top 6 right now. Maybe it will be only 27, but even 27, it will be top 14 with 50 bucks spent, and all of these people spend a lot more. I know for sure that many of these actually, not all, maybe not all, but many of these spend actually a lot more money. So that's how you do it. That's why I make the guides, is so you can be effective in the way you play. That's nothing outstanding. Everyone can do it. It takes time, right? So you have to be on, you have to be committed to the game to be able to do that. Again, if I spend 50 euro, whichever amount is, it's like 1 or 2 restaurants, is 5 coffee at Starbucks, maybe a bit more, 6, 7, 8 coffee at Starbucks, depending on what you drink. It's actually not the end of the world if you really care. If you buy a PC game, if you buy a console game, it's like 70, 80 euro to start with. So that could be something someone spends, and that will make me for now, top 15 of the states. Against players that spend 100 and 100 of euros basically, just because this city was played properly, and that's covered with all the guides I do. So I hope it is helpful. Please share to any new player if you're a new player, please share that kind of videos, and especially my how to rush to Furnace 30 and all I have on Discord. You can just either invite people to my Discord, or you can actually just copy paste my guide to your own Discord, right, to your own Alliance chat. Make a summary of the guide in macros and share them, as a R4. You can send message in game to people, whatever works for you. Even make a video about it for them, whatever. But these are here to help. They are meant to help you to grow and to basically play the game better, and that's what you can do. And I hope it was helpful again. I wish you a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.